Brenna, I'm Christopher Gallardo with Hollywood Handle. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good myself, so let's get this started. So, for those who don't know about Adjoining, what can you tell us about who your character Millie is in this film and what the film's all about?
So adjoining is, I don't want to give too much away, but it's definitely I can say this. It's a gory horror. And it follows three people that have very different jobs. And Millie is just this fun slam poet, very passionate person. And even if she's passionate about some things that aren't societally good, she's still very passionate about them, and that's what drives her.
Definitely. And this being your real deep dive into the horror genre, how did you prepare to get into that mindset of Millie and what she's actually capable of in this film?
I think when we play roles that are inherently very different and have very different mindsets than us, we tend to automatically judge them. And I think what has really helped me is that judgment has to go out the window. You have to understand and like love them as a person, even if they are, very different from who you are. And I think that's what really helped me connect with her is finding out the whys, the twisted whys of why she is so passionate about what she is.
Definitely. She's so passionate in this film, like you are with just your entire performance here. And you were also involved with Night Night, which almost seemed to have this similar vibe, like the horror vibe, thrilling vibe in this film. Were there any lessons that you learned from that experience that you've applied in your performance here?
Yeah, I think what I took away from Night Night is and maybe what I wish I did a little more was that little Easter egg looks and like 2-second glances and how important that can be. Because I'm a person that loves to watch a horror movie and then I love to rewatch it after it ends and I know what's going on. And I'm looking for the little things that I might have missed. So I definitely think I wanted to add a little more of that in adjoining, and I hope that came across.
Definitely. And speaking about watching horror movies and rewatching horror movies, were there any particular horror films or shows that really got you interested in the genre? And which horror media icons are your favorites?
So oh my gosh, there's just so many. So I think my personal taste in horror and my favorite is like the psychological thrillers. And so I love like Hereditary, I love Killing of a Sacred Deer, I love Get Out. I love things like that, but I also love Insidious and I love the Paranormal Activity franchise. And something with this is I loved there was so many little twists and turns and so much emotion driven action. I'll just leave it there. But something that I just recently saw that kind of encapsulated all of that was that movie with Halle Berry, Don't Let Go. And so I
Never Let
definitely
Go. Oh,
sorry, Never Let Go.
yeah.
That's it. I was getting it wrong.
It's
Uh
all right.
so yeah, movies like that that just kind of do everything a little bit all at once, I think is really cool. And I think Adjoining is very entertaining for that reason.
Definitely. I also really love Never Let Go. I thought it was surprisingly really good.
I've
Oh,
been
by the
saying don't let go. Oh my God, never let go. I have the worst memory on the planet.
that's all right. I honestly same. But even though this film may have been short, you must have had a great time also making this film since it's a new experience for you. Were there any memorable moments that you shared on the set with the cast and crew that just really stuck with you?
Um, you know what? I'm gonna tell a funny one because I've yet to tell a funny one. So the blood that we used, and I won't give too much away, but I can definitely say there was a lot of blood used.
Oh yeah.
Um, and so it was made. I'm just gonna tell you how it's made, and then we'll get the gist of probably what I'm getting at. It was made with dish soap and I think something else, but it burned. And so I'll just say we were all having quite a laugh at that. It looked great though. The consistency was perfect. So that's all that mattered, but we were all having quite a laugh with the ingredients in it.
Oh yeah, I definitely saw that part and it was just like, oh my God, it was so crazy. And speaking about that ending, it just really surprised me because it just came out of nowhere considering that everything happened that everything that happened didn't really necessarily build up to that point, but it was just insane. So just
But
getting into that sequence without spoiling anything, what was it like for you to sort of get in there and just show all of that emotion into it?
I think what we wanted to do, because like I said, it is a short, it's 11 minutes. And so having an understanding of tonality with something like this, I liked that we kind of upped it and played it a little closer to the beautiful camp aspect of what a lot of horror has, to keep that entertainment aspect going and people kind of in it with us. So I think I definitely was like, you know what, let's go like above and beyond and kind of go over the top with it and have some fun with it. So having that mindset was a lot of fun.
Definitely. I definitely saw how much fun you guys had just recording that sequence
We
based
did.
with your performance. So that was pretty awesome. And obviously, as a Descendants watcher, I have to ask this. Being Jane in Descendants, you've been heavily involved with lighthearted, family-friendly films and shows. So how would you both describe how would you describe the transformation that you've undergone with a film that's extremely dark with that thriller edge to it?
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's definitely different. I think I have such a love for both aspects of the, classic Disney tone. I'm just still so grateful and feel so surreal that I was even a part of that and was able to be Jane. I think they're so different, but um in a way you just you take every little job that you have and you bring it to the next. So and I think that I'll always do that for any role. So it's definitely different, but I think little Jane would be proud of the next steps that Brenna took.
Definitely. And for those who have just gotten into the Descendants franchise, like Kylie and all of the cast on Rise of Red, what sort of advice can you give them that sort of helped you throughout your entire career?
Oh my goodness. I think something like two things that I love. Also, they're amazing. They're all incredible. They're so talented, and they're also like the kindest people ever. I'm obsessed with all of them. They did so good. I went to the premiere and it was just so great seeing, them all together, and it was so nostalgic, and their new chapters they unraveled and just Rise of Red is just great. I think for any actor, starting out with something big like that is always like, let the nerves mean that you care. Don't let, if you have any little butterflies, turn that into like, oh, it's because I care and it's because I'm excited. And also never worrying about, doing something that doesn't feel authentic to you. Listen to yourself, listen to your gut. At the end of the day, you're always going to be right with your craft. So just stick to who you are and what you want to do, and you'll be absolutely fine.
Definitely. I love that piece of advice. And I think it's just stayed with me like in this moment right now. So it's definitely gonna stick with me for like the rest of my life. So thank you, Brenna, excuse me. And
Oh, you're adorable.
yeah, sorry. So, I've obviously got to ask this as like a little social thing. So, even though Descendants has taken on a new life with the Rise of Red, have you had any talks about returning as Jane in the future? Because I've heard some talks of a sequel, though I don't know where that's going. So,
I mean, listen, I think for me it would feel so nostalgic, and I would love to see where Jane is now, as I'm sure a lot of people would. I share that same interest. So we'll definitely see what comes of that. But with or without Jane, I think the Rise of Red and the next Descendants, if they're, is their sequel and everything, and they keep going, is just gonna, I'm still gonna watch it. Everybody's gonna love it. So regardless of what that looks like, I'm excited for it.
oh yeah, I'm so excited to hopefully see you return, maybe. But besides that, you're also working on two more films that are currently in development with Saturday at the Starlight and Burnout. Is there anything you could perhaps tease given your role?
Yeah, I actually have a couple more as well. I can't talk too much about it, but I am producing a feature length movie called Ghost Complex, which is dealing with, so many different aspects of life and grief, but I'm really excited to get that going. And there's another one that I can't talk too much about either, but it's going to be great things, but they're all completely different genres, and I'm excited to get those out there.
I can't wait to see those. And obviously, I just have to ask, are you more of a Freddy Krueger, a Jason fan, or a Michael Myers fan?
You're gonna get me canceled, so my answer are gonna jump down my throat. Um, I would say Jason. Yeah, personally.
Definitely. Have you seen like is there any Friday the 13th film or any film like with Jason Voorhees that you think has stayed with you? Because I know there's like so many fan films out there on YouTube that really just emulate a true what true horrifying and just absolutely scary like Jason Voorhees can just be. So which one do you think is your favorite film?
Oh my goodness. There's so many. You know what? I can't choose, but it's definitely going to be one of the earlier ones just because they're so iconic and classic. But I can't choose. I feel like I'd be doing a disservice because they're all so good, but definitely one of the earlier classics. I mean, also Jamie Lee Curtis is just brilliant.
Oh yeah. I think Jamie Lee Curtis is in Halloween with Michael Myers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Don't ask me.
Okay.
I get
It's okay.
flustered.
No, it's okay. But
I'm thinking
it's
about two different things. So I was talking about Michael Myers before and with,
no,
with somebody else. Oh my God.
oh, it's totally okay. And I just want to say, Brenna, thank you so much for this wonderful talk. And I really hope that you just have a wonderful day. Thank you so much again for
Thank you,
everything.
Christopher. Thanks for the fun
It's
interview.
so
I had a
nice to
great
meet
time.
you.